first. I always judge coaches and teams by when adversity hits and they're down, how hard do they play? And I'm so impressed with Shaka as well as Marquette to have the struggles they've had by being so young and so experienced, but to play that hard. I mean, we were challenged offensively on every possession. Did a lot of good things, but I'm super impressed with Marquette and Shaka. We're delighted with the victory, obviously, but to be so young, so inexperienced, and to play that hard is just a tribute to understanding what Marquette is all about. So congratulations to them. I know they got to get older and they got to get a little bit better, but they will. And, impressive group. As far as our guys are concerned, I thought Dillon Darling turned the game around for us with incredible hustle. I thought Oziyah from beginning to end was great. He now has, I think, in conference play, 16 assists and 1 turnover. And obviously, he's constantly moving. He's in great shape. Dillon gave us a big lift because it's another guard in the game for us as a point forward, and that's a big thing for us right now. I think one of the best plays I've seen all year was really our possession, and Zuby dove after the ball and beat them to the ball. That was an incredible play, one of the best plays of the season for us.
Start with questions for the players.
Oziyah, when you see a couple go in early in the first couple minutes of the game, how much easier does that make things for you mentally more than even just physically on the court?
I mean, yeah, you know, obviously, I want every shot to go in. So when I see them going in early, it's definitely a good feeling, a good sign for me. But even when they're not, I try to just stay aggressive. Regardless, I know eventually they'll go back in. So yeah, I feel good tonight.
Dillon, talk about your impact inserted into the starting lineup and just how much of a transformation it's had on this team and the way that you're playing.
I mean, my main goal for this team is just to do whatever it takes to win, whatever it takes to help this team go out there and compete at the highest level every night. Being able to handle the ball, being able to just move, set screens, trying to get guys open, rebounding, and then most importantly, guarding, switching on guards, switching on bigs, whatever it is. But I think the most important thing for me is just trying to do whatever it takes to help this team win at a high level.
The second half, guys, like first half, kind of felt a little like Providence, where you had a big early lead.
No, man, give them credit. Can't you ever give the other team some credit? They played their asses off, and we were up 6 or 8 points. That's a great half by us. Man, you're just expecting too much, man. You got to give the other team some credit.
What did you like about, for you, Dillon, what did you like about what you guys did in the second half?
I mean, I think we came out with a different intensity. Like Coach said, Marquette was, I mean, they were animals on the court. They played super hard. They played physical. It was tough. They challenged us at a lot of things offensively and defensively. I just think the second half we came out with a different mindset, different intensity, different effort, and that's something that we got to have 40 minutes playing like that, not just a half.
Dillon, you guys got off to like a pretty fast start out of the gate, and then you guys encountered some foul trouble. You know, you got Hopkins on the bench, you got Ejiofor on
We
the
did
bench.
get out. We got out. Well.
You were 15 and 15.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. So.
Thank you. Zach wasn't watching the first part.
But you guys run into some foul trouble. Hopkins goes to the bench. Ejiofor goes to the bench. How
Did we get in foul trouble?
Yes.
Okay, Zach didn't notice that.
No, I did.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, Roger.
So, in order for you guys to like use your depth in order to stay in the lead, like what does that say about like what you guys have going for you?
I mean, it's big, but I think the main thing was, I mean, we weren't locked in personnel, and that's what caused some of our best players to get in foul trouble. But it's good to have guys come in. I think Dingle was great for us tonight when he came in, just his intensity, his effort, just how hard he played. He was big for us tonight. So yeah, having that depth, having guys come in ready to play, it's big for us.
Oziyah, same kind of question, you know, about keeping the lead, you know, despite having 2 of your top scorers in foul trouble. How big a deal is that?
Yeah, it's a big deal. You know, that's something we kind of struggled with early on, playing with the league. So that's something we definitely emphasize, just watching a lot of film in practice and just remind each other to stay together if things aren't going our way. And I feel like we responded well in the second half.
Dillon, can you kind of describe this transformation, if you want to call it that, to being a point forward, and how that presents mismatches for your opposing defense with everybody else you have out on the court?
Yeah, it's just trying to, like I said, trying to do whatever it takes to help the team win. And sometimes, a lot of times, the Big East, these guards really get after it on the ball. So just helping the guards out, being able to bring the ball up. Same with Bryce. Me and Bryce can get rebounds, push it, play out in transition. I think that's a really good strength of ours, is playing out in transition with some of the athletes we got. But the main thing is also just taking care of the ball as well.
All right, thanks, Dillon. Thanks, Oziyah. Appreciate it.
Rick, this is now your third game with the 3 forward lineup. They combined for 43 points, 21 rebounds, 10 assists. What do you think of the chemistry they're developing playing together right now? Those 3 guys.
I think they're veterans, they're very talented, but, he brings up a good point. A number one thing we were trying to do tonight is when they run a pick and roll, is not let them reject the pick and roll, because we're gonna switch. By reject, I mean just take the guy down the lane, and that's what got Zuby in foul trouble, because our guards allowed the reject. So we gotta get our guards to pay attention more to scouting reports, understand personnel, because I thought we played an excellent half, because we played with Ruben, and we played with our bench. And to be up 8 or 6 points, whatever it was, or 6 points, I was very pleased, because we're in foul trouble, and other guys came in the game. But I do think Dillon, Darling, and Deku did so many things from an intensity standpoint that helped our team turn around the game.
Rick, talk a little bit about the surety of the group. They seem to be a lot more confident playing together. And also, to the second half, there were a lot more deflections. It seemed like hands were everywhere. And I know that's a big thing for you and the coaching staff, is getting those deflections and just getting the ball out of the opponent's hands.
Yeah, look, we only had 12 turnovers, which against Marquette, we were hoping to stay under 10. But we had 9 steals, our press was good. We just gotta get some of our key players, our younger players, to lock in, from Lefty to Ian, to lock in and understand scouting. And once we do that, we'll have a complete team.
Rick, how do you see the impact for the program of needing to change general managers?
It's out of my hands. I found out tonight. All I was told is 4 days ago is look for another general manager. They said to me, don't ask any questions. I said, okay, I'll look for one. So it would be like, it's really not a big deal, Roger. Really not a big deal. What's a big deal is making sure that we don't lose anything. But that's a university decision. I'll abide by it. They didn't ask me my opinion, and I didn't give it, because they didn't. And in their defense, they didn't want to bother me. They didn't want to distract me right now, and I appreciate that.
Are you disappointed at the situation?
It's not a big deal. It really isn't. I'm disappointed that somebody will lose a job with 4 young kids, yes. But it's not a big deal in terms of our basketball program. And we move on. We move on, go find someone else. Are you interested?
I think you may have some other people already in mind.
Well, I got 3 guys in mind, to be honest with you, and one's here today.
Yep.
But I'm gonna look at 2 other guys, and making sure that they have basketball ability. But look, it's never good to see people go, but in the eyes of the university, it was very warranted, so we move on.
Rick, what did Matt mean to your
Let's
success?
let's talk about the basketball team. Let's not.
Kevin, you're up.
Well, let me.
I'm not gonna comment on it.
That's fine.
Because I don't know what I'm.
No, I know. I'm not gonna ask you about that. I have a question. Like,
Rick, following
I'll
up
get you, Zach.
about the turnovers. Yesterday you said it was gonna tell you a lot. You only had 4 in the second half and 12 overall. Do you think that was a positive for this team, and especially guys like Ian
Listen,
and Dillon? And
I think there's a lot of positive. The other night, Marquette had Villanova to the wire. Marquette, you walk away tonight with I've always had great respect for him, but I have great respect for Shaka Smart, what he's doing with a young basketball team.
Rick, what do you think overall of the direction of this team? You know, you obviously had a great week last week with the 2 road wins, and then you come back here and win going away. Just with the way the forwards are playing, with the overall way you're playing, what do you think of the direction? of
I
this
think
team?
that tonight, when our backs are to the wall in bad foul trouble, and Deku steps up, I wasn't happy with Ruben's play because he only had 1 rebound with a lot of minutes, but he gave a lot of energy. But I thought Dillon Darling turned the game around with incredible hustle. I thought Bryce came in. You know, Bryce's fouls were bad fouls, just reaching in. He's too smart for that. He needs to stay on the court without reaching in. But I thought overall, I thought Zuby did a great job. I think that Joe Son got his confidence a little bit back, but I still want him to take the open shot, not count misses. He's in a little bit of a wondering whether the shot's going in. I got great confidence in him that the shot will go in. So I think it's a great win. Look, 92-68 is a great win, but I'm impressed with them. And now we got Villanova, who I think beat Providence tonight. Yep, so, you know, Villanova's a terrific team, and we know we'll have to play great to beat them.
Coach, I wanted to hear your thoughts on the play from Sadiku today, and I wanted to know if you possibly see his role extending going forward after such a dominant performance off the bench.
He gave us a great lift in practice yesterday, as well as a walkthrough, and that's why I had a lot of confidence in him. He was totally focused in. But look, understand something, you know, I can't play everybody. You know, everybody's dying for Lefty to get in. The Lefty got his ass kicked in with getting bullied to the basket. So there's a reason why Lefty wasn't playing early on, and it's just what you saw tonight with his defense. But he gave us a big lift with his offense. So I can't play everybody. Would you like him to play over Dillon and Bryce? I'll listen to you, go ahead.
Me?
No, give me some help.
I mean, no, I wouldn't think so.
Okay, so I'll stick with the lineup then.
He's better as a general manager.
He's my second guy. All right, guys.